Hello, and good evening. Let me just... Tonight, as you can tell by the title of the video, I'll be going over some very nice and handy tips for all of you to permanently damage and or ruin your life forever. These things may happen slowly, or they may happen very quickly, depending on your situation. But I apologize for the background noise. I have decided to shamelessly parody another YouTube channel. But allow me to get myself situated with my vices, and we'll be getting started right after that. First things first, a nice sugar-free Red Bull. I also happen to have some very dangerous treats. Some Crown Royal apple. Bottoms up. And to cap things all off, one of my personal favorite cigars, a true value, at $7 for a Robusto. This is one of the cheaper cigar options you can buy, and it is very flavorful. It is blueberry flavored, as indicated by the name. It is a Tatua? I can't pronounce that, but it's called Groovy Blue. And they normally make them in a very thin, very long cigar, but I personally prefer to smoke the Robustos. Allow me to cut this cigar. I can't remember if the cigar cutter actually works properly or not, so this is about to be a learning experience for all of us. Well, no takebacks. I apologize for the trains in the background. I moved to this location because I find the trains comforting in a way. I'm not too sure if I went over it in a previous video, but when my father divorced my mother, he moved to an apartment very close to train tracks. And I found the sounds of trains comforting then, and I find them comforting now. That's about as good as I am going to get it. I'm notoriously bad at lighting cigars, but I try. I think to really drive the point home, I'll take another shot of Crown Royal in just a little bit. But I wrote down some quick and easy tips to permanently and irreparably ruin your life if you don't take immediate steps to correct any of these. Tip number 1. Isolate yourself. The goal of this tip is to make sure you're thoroughly separated from any support group, any support network that you may have, your friends, your family, any wife or girlfriend or boyfriend or husband you may have. Separate yourself from them. If not physically, emotionally. Shut them out of your life completely. Make sure you're on your own thoroughly. Buy into the myth that you can be an army of one and do everything on your own. Make sure you believe that you can do everything on your own just as well or better than if you had somebody else weighing you down. This is to ensure that when you inevitably sink, there is nobody there to pull you out of whatever situation you are in. Make sure that whenever you separate yourself from your friends or family, that you burn those bridges very thoroughly, so that they won't even be remotely inclined to help you at all. Rule number 2. Use people. View them as merely a means to an end. If you do decide to build any meaningful relationships with another person, you want to make sure that they are as shallow as possible and one-sided. You want to view every relationship as a transaction at best. Preferably, you want to be getting anything or everything for free out of them. Manipulate or gaslight them until they get you what you want. Don't try and build any actual sort of familiar camaraderie or a genuine connection with anybody. That's not necessary. You want to make sure that every relationship is merely transactional. People should be viewed as tools and nothing more. Simply a shovel for your ditch or a garbage man for your trash bin. This also ties into point number 1, isolate yourself. Because when these people inevitably find out how you view them, they will cut you off voluntarily, as opposed to you having to go through the legwork of cutting them off. A win-win scenario, if you ask me. Step number 3, be lazy. Indulge in chronic escapism. If life is just too difficult for you, simply escape mentally. Don't confront it. Don't think about it. Merely consume media, play video games, read a book, watch a movie. Or drive around for hours and daydream that you're somebody else. This will placate your anxiety and make you believe that something has been done, or at least defer that decision further and further along down the road. So eventually, you may not have to make a decision at all. This ensures that you never have to confront challenges, attack them head on, and develop and grow as a person. This allows you to live comfortably in your own little bubble inside your head, away from the world, escaped away from the real world. Because the real world is terrifying, and dealing with it and its issues and your problems are a bigger challenge than you could ever hope to deal with. So why not play another hour of Project Zomboid, or watch another episode of your favorite show? Mine is Mad Men. What's yours? Whatever it takes to ignore the big decisions in life, you have to do it. Step number 4. Judge others all the time. Be a hater. This is a very important step. You want to go outside every day, or even better, load up TikTok, or load up Facebook, or load up Instagram on your phone, and judge all your friends, all your family, everybody on earth. You judge them, and judge them harshly. You compare their lives to yours on a daily basis, and be jealous. Be jealous. Be vindictive in your judgment. Sit there and think, why do they have these things and I don't? And be a hater. Hate on other people's success. Drag them down with you. This is a very important step. Occupy your emotional plugboard with anger, jealousy, and envy. Make sure no other signals can go through. And combine this with the previous step. Use this hating as a form of escapism. Look into these people's lives, these rich lives. People like Dan Blazarian, or even, I don't know, your favorite influencer, whoever that may be, and think to yourself, how come they, the Liver King, and think to yourself, how can this grifter, this charlatan, this awful individual, this scumbag, get these riches, get these people, get these women, and I can't? Do this for hours on end. Hours a day. At the same time, make sure you pretend their life is yours. Utilize that as a form of escapism. This goes hand in hand with the previous 2 steps. Judge yourself off others' outsides. Now this is something that my father told me all the time to not do, but my father is stupid and wrong. You want to judge your life internally and how you're feeling on other people's presentation outside. You want to go on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, on LinkedIn, and sit there and look at the lives that these people are presenting to you and judge your own life against that. It doesn't matter if they use 50 different filters, or rent the Lamborghini they're posing on, or rent their home and claim they own it. It doesn't matter. Judge your own life compared to theirs. All day, every day, and make sure you hate them every day. Make sure you sit there, judge your life against their life, and hate them for it. Make sure jealousy and anger are your chief emotions. Step number, I don't know, engage and indulge your vices. Seems like some bad advice right there. Oh man, it's been a while since I've had a Vegas bomb. Been a long time, actually. I've been doing the opposite of that step for quite a while. But you want to make sure, if you have a vice or a weakness, that you feed it as much as possible. You like candy too much? Buy a 5-pound bag of Mike and Ike's off Amazon and have it delivered to your front door every week. Do you drink too much because you can't stand how your life turned out and you hate yourself for many of the decisions that you've made to lead yourself to this point? Well, good news. You can engage your vices and indulge in being lazy and escapist at the same time by drinking a gallon of vodka a week or more. Me personally, I was drinking at least 2 or 3/5 of bourbon a week and forgetting who I was. If you depend on cigarettes and cigars to stay calm, make sure you smoke as often and as frequently as you can. Clearly, if you're feeling stressed out and you need a smoke to just chill out, what's the harm in smoking more or more or more? That budget that your wife is nagging you about and how your cigars and cigarettes don't fit into it, your wife can just kick rocks, the dumb bitch. You want to make sure you integrate whatever vice you have, whether it be caffeine, food, sugar, alcohol, or even escapism itself can be a vice. You want to integrate this into your life so deeply that you can't even think about living without it. And dare I say, or I don't even want to consider the possibility of you guys doing hard drugs. But if that is your vice, so be it. Indulge it. In my case, I have many. Tobacco, alcohol, caffeine, video games, cars, and a lot more that I don't want to reveal for the sake of making me look bad on the internet. Next step. Never change. This is a very important one. Never change. You want to make sure that anytime anybody suggests to you that the way you're living is wrong or immoral or incorrect or self-destructive, You want to discount their idea as complete baloney. In fact, the best thing you can say to them is that they're projecting their insecurities onto you, and that they have no idea what they're talking about because they haven't lived the life that you live, and done or suffered the things that you have done. And make sure that you use those as sufficient excuses to never change your behavior, because you need all these things to be happy and secure in your position in life. Next step. Ooh, this one is a reverso. Change too much. And I'll include the next step as well as a bonus for you guys. Buy everything. Change too much and buy everything. What does this mean? Well, in essence, when somebody confronts you with the reality of your situation, or you confront yourself, you decide to switch up everything and anything that you can. You change houses, you change locations, you change everything. The cars you drive, the brand of cars you drive, the state you live in, the business that you do, the people that you hang out with, the places that you hang out in, the cigarettes you smoke, or the drinks that you drink. You want to buy as much as possible to accommodate that new lifestyle. Or even better, when you're stuck in your old lifestyle and you're hating on everybody and judging everybody and looking at everybody, you want to buy anything and everything you can to try and keep up with the Joneses. This one's a double header because frequently they happen together. You want to sit there and think, man, this job or state or town is really keeping me down. I gotta get out of here. Man, these cars that I drive have a really bad reputation. I can't be seen driving them. Wow, this bar that I hang out in is a really shitty place. I can't be seen here anymore. Wow, these friends that I have, they're really shitty people. I can't be seen with them anymore. And you simply drop everything all at once and try and reinvent yourself altogether, for no real reason besides that you think changing things will make you a better person. Sometimes that may be true. I have to say this for legal reasons, but most of the time, changing your situation won't change who you are as a person. Now on to the next one. Buy everything. This is a very important step. You want to buy the next big product, the next thing that will make you happy, the next used car with V8 power and limited slip differential that will make you happy as a person, the next new vodka on the market, or the next new whiskey on the market that will make you a better person at parties, or make you more interesting at parties. Buy the next new gadget that will make you a better person. Buy everything and anything that will make you look better than your neighbors. Waste your money on this. Don't save it. Spend it. You can't take it with you. This one's really important. Never reflect or take advice. This is a big one. This is a very big one. This is probably the most important one that you could ever listen to. If you are serious about ruining your life quickly and thoroughly, never, and I mean never, listen to anybody besides yourself on anything. Never take anybody's advice about life or whatever situation you might be in that they lived through. Just discount it, because somehow, in some small way, their life and their experiences that are very similar, if not identical to yours, aren't yours, because they're not you. And you can just throw that advice out the window, and you can keep doing the things that you love doing, because they're wrong and you are right. Make sure you keep that in mind whenever anybody tries to give you an intervention or advice about how you're ruining your life with what you're doing, or how this job that you're doing won't last, or etc., because they aren't you and they don't know what you've been through. At best, keep in mind that they are trying to manipulate you into becoming little versions of them. They're trying to imprint their experiences onto you falsely. Keep that in mind whenever anybody tries to give you advice about anything, even something tiny, something minuscule, even something very practical. Discount that advice, because you've lived it and they haven't. Very important step, that one is. Very important. Here's a good one. Never accept things you cannot change. This is a very, very crucial one too. Never accept that the weather's too hot, or the weather's too cold, or this person won't do what you want them to, or they're not doing what you want them to. Never accept things you cannot change. Get mad about them. Get very mad about them. If you can't change things, get upset. Get very upset. Don't accept them as the way they are, or that they might change in the future due to this or that. Get pissed. Get very upset. Even better, if those things that cannot be changed are deep-rooted insecurities and issues that are internalized within yourself and will not change, no matter how much you work on them, do not accept them. Fight them. Fight them at every turn. Do not try to work with them or work around those things. Just fight it and lash out at everyone. Lash out as violently and as aggressively as you can. Say your car broke down because it's old. Get pissed. Punch walls. Yell at your father. Yell at your mother. Yell at anybody who will listen and who is trying to help you, because you can't accept that a 23-year-old car broke down on the side of the road. Even better, didn't get the girl you want? Didn't make it to a second date? Get angry. Get really mad. Not at you, at them. Because obviously, you can change their behavior if you get mad enough. If you get irritated enough, you will change their mind. If you send them the most vindictive bullshit over Facebook Messenger, they will definitely take you up on a second date. Here we go. This goes hand in hand with the previous step. Let your emotions rule you. This is a very important one. Very important. If you get mad about something, make being mad your identity. If you're sad, be consumed by it completely. Fall into the deepest depression that you've ever fallen into. If you're jealous, let it consume you. Feed your emotions completely. Indulge them. Don't try and rationalize your emotions and work around them. Fuck that. You are better than that. Your emotions, that's your heart telling your brain who's boss. So when you get jealous, when you get angry, when you get sad, just let it suck you in. Suck you into the deepest pit of despair, of rage, of jealousy, of any emotion that you have. Consume you. Let it consume you. And act out without thinking. Act out without thinking. Don't ever overrule your emotions. Don't ever try and work around them or work with them. Simply accept them as fact and indulge them to their fullest. Next step. Never find yourself and remain lost. This goes hand in hand with the don't listen to advice step. And it really resonates with a later step down the line. But you never want to truly find out who you are. You want to chase things, chase numbers, chase status, chase goals. Chase these things that you think will make you happy and never truly look inward and find out who you are on the inside and what you value. Fuck that. That's stupid. That's really dumb. You think Jeff Bezos really knows who he is and really resonates with his personality? No, that's foolish. You want to simply be like Jeff Bezos, make that money, live the life that he does, and eat at Salt Bay's Steakhouse. It's as simple as that. Never reflect on your true personality and what you value. Simply chase what other people have. This also goes hand in hand with the indulge your emotions and hate on people and judge yourself from other people's outsides. Because what you want to do is engage in that whole feedback loop and never reflect, chase status, chase wealth, and never understand who you are and what you value and value what other people value based on what they present to the outside world. That is what you want to do if you want to be successful. This next step is a little bit detached from the rest of them. What you want to do in this step is any regret that you've had, any misstep that you've made, any foot that you've put wrong, any issue that you've had that you haven't handled properly, let that regret overtake you. That is covered in the let emotions rule you part of the list. You want that regret to constrain you. You want to feel a deep-seated resentment for that past version of you, that past decision, those past mistakes, and let that rule your mind. And sit there and think, man, anything that I have at this moment, I don't deserve it. I don't deserve what I have right now because of the mistakes that I made 5, 7, 2 years ago even. Anything that I have right now, I don't deserve it. And using that knowledge, you will indeed self-sabotage. And that mental state will come to be. You will sit there and think, I don't deserve this success. I don't deserve this woman. I don't deserve this job. I don't deserve this peace that I feel inside. And guess what? You will find a way to fuck it up for yourself. You will find a way to sit there and regret yourself out of success. You'll sit there and think, I've done this or that or this, and I don't deserve the fucking air I breathe. I don't deserve it. So I'm gonna give it up. And guess what? You will. If you regret something, you will just simply give it up. Whether you want to or not, whether it brings you happiness or not, if your regret consumes you, if you allow it to consume you, goodbye. Goodbye, success. If you sit there and think you're still atoning for your sins, if you sit there and think God is teasing me with this success, I know for a fact God will take this away from me in the next 2 weeks. Sure enough, it won't be God that takes it away, it will be you. You will take it away from yourself. I guarantee that. If you regret every single little thing that you did every day and let it suck you into it, it's over, bro. It's fucking over. That's it. That's a real talk right there. I'm done with the act on that one. That's I live that every day. We're down to the last two. The last two things that will keep you, that will ruin your life, that will completely destroy your life, thoroughly and completely. The two biggest things that will suck you in and destroy you. Number 2 out of however many things I listed at this point. I'm pretty fucking buzzed, so I kind of forgot how to count. But look, be ignorant. If anything threatens your worldview, don't listen to it. Don't look at it. Stay willfully ignorant of anything and everything. Don't learn, don't improve, don't do anything that will benefit you mentally. If there is some course out there that you want to take that will potentially benefit you, find a way to justify not doing it. Stay ignorant. Don't learn anything. Don't improve. This is paramount to you being a ruined person, to ruining your life. Don't ever improve. Don't try and learn. Don't try and reason with yourself. Stay ignorant to everything. Dig your head into the sand as far and as deep and as hard as you can, and stay ignorant to life, to the world, to your situation. Just ignore it as hard as you can. This last one I'm trying to build some suspense up toward. So I'm focusing on my vices as opposed to teaching you how to stay in your pit, in your lane, downtrodden and upset. This last step is crucial. Be afraid. Always be afraid. Stay scared of life. Stay scared of everything. Don't take risks ever. Don't ever risk anything. Stay afraid of life. Stay afraid of yourself. Stay afraid of what other people can do to you. If you let fear rule you, I guarantee you, your life will be ruined in a matter of days. If you sit there and let a phobia take care of you and consume you, that's it. That's the end. If you're scared of developing, if you're scared of needles even, if you're scared of fucking birds, and you let that fear consume you, it's over. That's it. If fear runs and rules your life, congratulations. You've ruined it. If you're scared of yourself, if you're scared of your father, if you're scared of your mother, if you're scared of anything, and you let that fear consume you and rule you and dictate how you act in life and what you do and how you do it, congratulations. You have successfully ruined your life permanently and quickly. Letting fear suck you in and suck you dry, that is probably the biggest mistake you can ever make. Hands down. If you're scared of going here or going there, or if you're scared of moving back home or moving out of the house, and it sucks you in, you will develop vices, you will develop pathological behavior, you will develop all these different things to cope with that fear. And if you let that fear consume you and rule you, you will inevitably become an angry, depressed, jealous, envious person. It is inevitable. If fear runs and rules your life, that is the quickest and easiest way to ruin it permanently and quickly. To be afraid is to die. Simple as that. It's that simple. And these, let me recap these steps. In these steps, all you have to do is isolate yourself. Use people, view them as a means to an end. Be lazy. Chronic escapism. Judge others all the time. Be a hater. Judge yourself off others' outsides. Engage and indulge your vices. Never change. Change too much. Buy everything. Never reflect or take advice. Never accept things you cannot change. Let emotions rule you. Never find yourself and remain lost. Wallow in regret and never deserve anything because of that regret. Be ignorant and be afraid. In these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. In those 18 simple to follow and easy to read steps, I guarantee that you will quickly and easily and permanently ruin your life. if you follow all of them. I guarantee it. Or even just 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or most of them. You will irreparably ruin and devastate your life to a degree that is irrecoverable. No matter who comes along or what happens, if you continue to follow those 18 steps, I guarantee it. I guarantee you, your life will be in the dumpster. And with that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, bye.